Kidder Nursery. Back in 1919, when this nursery was founded, home landscaping was something you did to the front yard, and mostly in the city. Suburbs were emerging out from the city core. Bungalows, Tudors, and colonial homes fastly grew in popularity. Back then, landscaping meant the front yard was considered a public space that flanked a home's front porch. People relaxed in rockers and swings on the porch, comfortably enjoying the scenery they had planted. Walkways and driveways were lined with perennials and annuals. The lawn hosted family games like badminton and croquet. Vegetable gardens were in the backyard, often referred to as the service area reserved for clotheslines and garbage cans. The Roaring Twenties, the birth of a modern national lifestyle. Americans suddenly valued convenience and leisure. Kidder Nursery was also established, and like so many nursery retailers, Kidder supported lawn and garden needs throughout the Roaring Twenties, the Depression era of the 30s, World War II in the 40s, and the Korean War in the early 50s. In the post-war times of the 1950s, the suburb known as Bloomington exploded in population and single-family homes. Construction was non-stop as more and more farmland was bought up and turned into housing developments. Bloomington went from an era of simple life, untouched by urbanization, to becoming the fourth largest city in Minnesota by the end of the 1950s. It was at that point that Mr. Kidder and a young entrepreneur named Brad Pedersen met. Brad had just gotten out of the Army with $300 in his pocket. He had been employed at Northrop King Seed Company and was interested in the nursery business. He does admit, though, that he didn't see the coming of new homes and the urgent need for landscaping. Rightfully so, he was more interested in his future wife and how to support their future. In 1959, Brad Pedersen and Kidder negotiated a deal. You might also say that Brad and his gal Beverly also negotiated a deal. What would become a long life as husband and wife. Let's take a brief 12-mile journey south from downtown Minneapolis into the suburb of Bloomington. And now, just down the old Cedar Avenue Road to another land a half-mile away from most civilization. That's where we find Bloomington Garden Center.
I don't like crooked labels.
Meet Brad Pedersen. Now 80-some years old, you'll often find Brad busy with the young plants, flowers, and vegetables. Starting months before the May-spring opening, Brad and family can be found tidying and stocking the greenhouses with all the bloomers. Patience and understanding in the business, the colorful plant life it provides, knowledge and compassion with customer service, makes Bloomington Garden Center and Landscape Company an important mainstay for all of Bloomington and surrounding Twin City suburbs over the past 100 years.
I spoke for the nursery in 1959. I took over officially on the 4th of January 1960. Recently married, there weren't many houses out past us to the south. Everything in Burnsville was brand new. So we bought the place at a great time. The demand was there, and I didn't know it.
Even in the fading gray days of winter, life inside the greenhouses blossoms. This is mid-April, a few weeks away from opening the garden center. There are signs, literally, of past summer days, An old list of trees, shrubs, plants, and flowers tells us what kind of variety at one time or another enhanced the stock of Bloomington Garden Center. While this wooded area, the country as Brad calls it, is shrouded in cloudy skies, soon the barren landscape of winter will give way to, wait for it, spring. Finally spring. It has arrived and Bloomington Garden Center is open. The sky is blue, the sun shines, vibrant colors gleam in the flower blossoms and the eyes of customers. It's a time of year for new beginnings in this charming garden center, and everyone who visits.
We never expected to see quite this much variety, and they've got all the vegetables that I want, so that made me very happy today. It's just like Catherine, my wife, was saying, it's just like we're kids in a candy store right now. This has been a most unexpected experience today.
You kind of get a feeling that you're shopping in somebody's garden, which is kind of nice. And they've got a lot of little quirky things, little corners to look at, and there's not a whole lot of one thing, but there's a lot of variety that way, which is something that, for me, that's great.
I like the way this one's laid out because it kind of has like a lot of area and a lot of different plants like in their respective places, and the way they're all laid out, it makes them look really nice, like not just there, but like they all work in unison.
So we have a fairly large selection of many plants, both annuals, perennials, landscape material, and if you don't see it, we can probably get it from a wholesaler someplace. So all you have to do is ask, and we'll certainly try to get it for you.
Lots of creativity. There's different kinds of pots, old and new, and we're free to be as creative as we want to be.
One of the most important missions in a successful small business is good. Make that better customer service. It goes far beyond being friendly. It's the welcoming smile, respect, and understanding what the customer is asking, and responding with a satisfying answer. Most of the Pedersen family have a part in this business. All are involved in different and important ways. Several years ago, Brad and son Eric went into a business partnership with Bloomington Garden Center. These days, Eric's wife, Barb, interacts with the customers and the business, while Eric oversees operations as well as helping customers.
Yes, I did grow up here, and I enjoyed working here, and my brother works elsewhere, but I stayed here, and I worked with my dad and my family, and I started landscaping in high school, doing that during the summers, and then after I graduated, there was one summer where I did not work here, and my father said that I needed to go punch a time clock and work for a real boss, not just your father. Now that he's retired, he only puts in 5 days a week. And so he was in garden club in high school at Roosevelt High School in South Minneapolis, and he bought this place because he loved to grow. He enjoys doing the planting, doing the watering, doing the seeding, getting things going, watching plants grow, and that has taught me a lot, because just the continual care that he gives to the plants is incredible.
Well, I love this place, yeah. You know, is it the best place? No. Is there a lot to do? Yes. Should I do more? Yes. But I'm doing what I can do. If I wanted to retire, I guess I should have done it a long time ago. But as long as he will have me, they will have me, and as long as I still enjoy it, I would like to stay around.